Good morning, class. We got an interesting topic going on this week, but real quick, let's recap. We did scouts, fighters, bombers. Can anyone guess what we're doing today? No, not escape pods. How about you in the middle row? Yeah, the fuzzy one. Yep, I don't care what your name is. Fuzzy. That's your name right now. Interceptors. How'd you know? You looked on the board. You are a genius. Okay, so we're talking about interceptors. So, hold on to your butts. Interceptors. In space warfare, one often needs specialized, better equipped craft to ensure victory. In stark contrast with a starfighter, interceptors are built only in limited numbers since their overall manufacturing and maintenance cost is high. Interceptor size vary depending on star state that designed them. Generally, and this is a very broad general, they are 25 meters long and 10 meters wide spaceborne craft. The design premise behind these specialized type of craft are as follows: to overtake and destroy other starfighters and bombers. That's pretty much the premise of them. To just find them, overtake them, wipe them out, go home. So, as such, any interceptor has at least the same number of weapon hardpoints as a starfighter, and on top of that, an integrated double fuel tank. So, they go longer, faster. Well, longer, and be just as deadly. Let's see. All interceptors come equipped with an engine booster too. Well, I guess that's why they gotta have that extra fuel tank, so they can burn hard, catch up, hit them, burn hard, get the heck out of there before reinforcements show up. The armor most of these ships are protected is at worst medium thickness and at best heavy, modular, and made of special alloys. Most, if not all, interceptors carry powerful long-range missiles and better than average sensor arrays. So basically, think of it as a starfighter on some very, very powerful steroids. Interceptors are generally reserved for the best pilots any Star Navy has amongst their personnel, and you better believe the ego comes with. As always, interceptors used by Terran monarchy are slightly better than those of their enemies, and I do mean slight. They are also considered fewer in number since the Terrans are a regional power and not some old star state. Commanders form special interceptor wings piloted by only aces. Pilots are recruited from all over the monarchy space, and upon forming a new wing, they undergo specialized training. So think of it this way: they all got an ego. You're gonna have to beat the ego down enough in order to get some training, and that is one very difficult job. I do not want that job. That's why I'm here. Let's see. Terran interceptors are, in essence, heavy fighters. Well, I kind of stated that before, didn't I? They have one heavy turret equipped with whatever heavy fighter size cannon was available in the manufacturer. And if you look at page 12 in your books, well, your pamphlets, whatever, you'll notice the list of, or a small list, I should say, even though it carries an entire chapter of the different types of weapons they can use. Multiple missile pods are hidden underneath their armor plate, well protected and sporting deadly long-range ordnance. The ship also has a second pilot, who in most cases directly operates all the interceptor's weapons, while this pilot is concerned only with navigating the craft. So you got two individuals normally, and they're a well-oiled machine. Very little needs to be said amongst the two of them once they are connected, as it were. C. In battle, CN forms special groups of fighters and bombers who are led by those interceptor wings. Their job is to punch holes in enemy fighter screens wide enough for them to ensure that the rest of the starfighters can enter through these gaps. Reminiscent of the old Great War, Shure, Abnet. You know what? We're just going to say just some tank commander, tank battalions, tearing heavy interceptors grind anti-starfighters into scrap, devastating their squadron formations with accurate fire, and chase them away, launching multiple missiles. So essentially, if you got your meat shield up, interceptors are going to poke holes in it. It's just not a matter of if, it's just a matter of how big a hole they're going to punch. So try not to be on the receiving end if you so can. Let's see, colonists sometimes pool their resources to design, build, and equip a single interceptor for their best pilot. They are called lone wolves. Love that name. By their fellow colonists. Those who are well-known individuals who mostly fly solo and consistently train, hoping to be noticed by some big CN fighter unit. Sometimes their very presence, skill, and well-built craft can turn the tide of battle. Now, I'm just going to let you know, there are some lone wolves out there who are very well known, and you will get a list of that later because a lot of them are, well, confidential. But there's a couple you can know about that aren't so confidential, and they are scary as hell. And their presence alone have turned battles. Let's see. But the monarchy, top guns, as they are well known, are feared amongst all enemies of Terra. Pirate clans, pilots, in particular, exhibit a seething hatred towards these aces. After all, they cannot forget who eviscerated their fighter squadrons during the ill-fated 1969 invasion of Pirate Lord Maham, or however you say his damn name. You can see it in the book. You figure it out. No, I don't want you to try to correct me. I just don't care. Anyways, that's all I got for y'all nubs today. Oh, one other thing. We're going to go down and we're going to talk to one of the pilots of an interceptor. Well, the pit crew chief, and the pilot. So you can kind of get a real good idea of what it is to be a part of that whole team. Yeah, because it is not just the interceptor, the pilot, and the gunner. You got the crew that maintenance it. It's one big machine. So we're going to go down there, so file up. We'll talk to them. We'll let you ask all the questions you want, and we'll carry on from there. Also, do not forget, end of the week, we have a test. I'm going to be testing to see how well you can fly those damn scouts. Alright, that's all I got for now. You are dismissed.